How's it going, everyone? In this episode of TFL Car, we're taking a look at the 11th generation Honda Civic and the 5 biggest differences between this new Civic and the 10th generation that came before it. And number 5 on this list is the exterior styling. Now, if we start at the front ends of these two cars, you can see that this new model has a larger grille. The whole front end is also much smoother than the previous generation Honda Civic. You can see lots of angles, lots of body lines here, very sharp styling that has been much smoothed out on this new model. Another area where you can see that same kind of difference is on the hood. If we look at the previous model Honda Civic, you can see this large indent and multiple distinct body lines, whereas the new model is very subtle and very flat. Now, they have also dropped the hood line a little bit and moved this A-pillar back, which gives the whole front end of the car a larger feeling. It almost makes it look more like a larger rear-wheel drive car from the past. Another detail that they've changed from the old model to the new one is this. This is a very simple thing. You see it on a lot of cars, this rubber strip. Well, with the new Honda Civic, they've shaved that. They've made it simpler and cleaner. And actually, if we move forward a little bit, I like this a lot as well. This piece of black trim on the A-pillar makes this A-pillar appear smaller, skinnier, a little bit more old school. Now let's move around to the back of these cars and take a look at how the rear ends have changed, because they've changed a lot. Now, this taillight is a lot slimmer, it's a lot shorter. If we look at the old model, you can see that is what enthusiasts call the crab claw taillight. Not everyone's favorite design feature, but it fits with a more wedge-shaped car. Obviously, this new one, much skinnier, much more minimalist. The tail is also integrated, so it has a little bit of a spoiler shape to it. If we move over here to the old model, you can see that this one is not integrated, so more ways that they've simplified the design of these cars. Now, the number 4 item on our list comes down to the interior, and primarily just the quality of it. You notice a huge difference between the materials and the design with this new interior. Now, if I hit this very glossy, very sharp looking start button, everything fires up. And if we kind of back out and just take a look at how this interior is designed, you get a brand new steering wheel, lots of gloss black. Same thing on the door, this indented piece of gloss black trim, nice looking metal door handle. You've even got this interesting textured material that surrounds your partly metal window switches. If we move over here to the center console, this is all new. It has the same textured material. And I'd say my favorite part of this entire interior is the honeycomb vent design. As you can see, all the way from here on over to right above the glove box on the passenger side, everything is honeycomb, so you can't really tell where the vents start and stop. It makes it a much cleaner, simpler design, and you use these levers to move the actual vents around. It's a really simple but elegant way to set things up. It's also kind of cool. This hazard light switch floats in the center here. And I really love how all of these switches feel. They've got a very positive action, so you can tell when you've actually selected something with these different buttons. You can see some different screens behind here. It's a really nice layout. Hopping into the 10th generation Civic, and keep in mind, this is a top-of-the-line touring model, the same trim that it is on the 11th generation we're looking at. The materials just aren't on par with the new one. You can see you don't have that same textured finish that you have on the new Civic. You don't have the metal around your window switches. Here above the gauge cluster, it's not that same soft touch. And yet, you know, that honeycomb grille, it really makes a big difference to clean up the interior. Same thing, you move down here by the shifter, and this compared to the textured finish that's in the new model, it's a big difference. Number 3 on our list is technology, and that starts with the 10.2-inch digital instrument cluster right up front. And you get 2 switches here on the steering wheel to flip through different menus. So the left one controls the left screen and the right one controls the right screen. And as you can see, I'm selected on safety support here. Speaking of safety technology, you get lane keep assist, you get adaptive cruise control, you get automatic emergency braking. And if we move down here to the center console, you can see our drive mode selector. The 3 different drive modes are Sport, Normal, and Economy. And as you can see, there's little animations for that as well. Now moving to the center screen, this is a 9-inch infotainment. Of course, it has Apple CarPlay and Android Auto as standard. And below that, you also get a wireless charger for your phone. It's even big enough to fit a iPhone 12 Pro Max, which is a ginormous phone. You also have these 2 charge ports, so really everything that you need. Number 2 on our list comes down to efficiency. Now, the 2 powertrain options with the new Honda Civic are the same as they were on the old Honda Civic. Both of these cars have the 1.5 liter turbo engine. Now, the 1.5 liter turbo engine in the new Honda Civic does make an extra 6 horsepower, and you still have the 2 liter naturally aspirated engine, which makes the same 158 horsepower that it used to. This 1.5 liter turbo engine gets up to 42 miles per gallon on the highway. And if you get the 2 liter naturally aspirated engine, you'll end up getting 1 to 2 mpg better on the new generation of the Honda Civic than you did on the old Honda Civic. Number 1 on this list of major differences between the new Civic and the old one is this. There's no coupe version of the new Honda Civic, it's only a 4-door. However, there is the hatchback version of it, which has yet to be released, and that's coming soon. There's also going to be the Civic Si and the Civic Type R, which are both manual-only, enthusiast-focused options. Both of those cars will be rolling out over the next year. That's all for this video. Be sure to keep your eyes peeled because on June 16th, we're gonna have a full review coming with this car, driving impressions and all. We're gonna get it out on the road and let you know exactly what it's like. And also drop a comment down below and let us know what you think of the new Civic. Oh, yeah, now I had a chance to check out the front seat, obviously. And now checking out the trunk, and then we'll jump in the back seat. You know, one nice thing about hopping in the trunk of this car, look at this. They give you like a little lever that you can use to close yourself in. I've seen a couple off-road camping trailers and things like that that had worse accommodations than this trunk.